Ayo, what is groovy? What is good? It's your boy Papa Capes, and we are back with yet another Raid Shadow Legends video. Thank you so much to Raid for sponsoring this video and for hooking us up with our own download link that you guys can find in the description down below. Using that link directly supports me and directly supports the channel. If you choose to start with that link, you'll be greeted by Tholen Foulbeard right off the bat, and as you progress just a little bit, you'll meet the likes of Ugo, Tagore, and Mausoleum Mage. Right now, you can still use code RAID7 for Pelops of Victor or code WRATH for Padraig. That will secure a double legendary start and a triple S tier epic start on your account. What more can you ask for? Let's get into the video. All right. So the Khamir Fusion is almost at an end. We find ourselves on 80 frags out of 100. And today there are 2 times rates for epic and legendary champions on voids right there. And there's a targeted champion that's been boosted as well. Who is the targeted champion? It is Celestial, the Opal Guardian, legendary champion from the High Elves faction, defense-based champion. A1 attacks one enemy. When counter-attacking, will repeat this attack against a random enemy. Has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be resisted. The A2, Agent of Light, attacks one enemy. Before attacking, places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns, and a 15% shatter buff on this champion for 2 turns. Will ignore 25% of the target's defense, as well as unkillable and block damage buffs. Will ignore 50% of the target's defense instead if the target is under any increased defense, strengthen, decreased defense, stun, fear, or true fear debuffs. What is Shatter and what does Shatter do? Let's go and take a look. So I personally don't know what Shatter does, so we popped into the information section within Raid, and Shatter increases a champion's ignore defense by 7.5% or 15%. So that's pretty cool. As we move on to the A3, it's an AoE attack, Eternal Defender. Places an extra hit on enemies under any increased defense, decreased defense, strengthen, stun, fear, true fear debuffs. Will ignore any increased defense and strengthen buffs. Increases the damage each enemy receives by 5% for each buff and debuff on them, and this stacks up to 100%. Places an unkillable buff on all allies for 1 turn and a counter attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. Champion sounds pretty cool, yo. Champion sounds really cool. So yeah, man. I don't know what my mercy is at. I don't even know how many of these we need. For the ongoing fusion, we do have Quintus available, we've got Yannicka available, we've got Cleopteryx available, we've got Skion available. And we are so close to Lamasu, we won our recent siege as well. So in about a week's time, Lamasu will be ready, which is another Void legendary. And we've also got the summon pool that we can dive into with those white shards over there, the prism crystals, and we can also pull another champion over there. However, I do think there's a chance that we can finish this champ chase with only using our voids, and then I can keep the champions that are in my fragment summons for future fusions. So let's check it out. We are going for all 15 frags in this event. We need 5,500 minus 650, so we need 4,850. Quick math. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, it's only off by like 100. So we need to pull a bunch of champions. I'm just going to pull. I'm not going to do math. Never liked math. Not going to do math. We're just going to pull. Before I forget, I keep forgetting about Kira, but if needed, we can also go through and fuse Kira the Watcher, because all of these champions are ready. During champ training, I made sure all of them were 5-star, 50, fully ascended. So they're also ready, which is another legendary champion right there. But let's start pulling. We are going to pull 12 individuals, and then we'll do a double 10 pull, and then we'll see where we're at. It is 2 times void. I don't personally feel there is a better time to open shards than during a 2 times void. Let's get it going. Is there anybody that I want? I would love a Hecaton, first champion that comes to mind. Would love a Hecaton. I don't know much about Celestial. Not sure about their kit. Maybe a Shuzen would be phenomenal in live arena and classic arena. Outside of that, the only champion I want I can't get from Void Shards, which is Lady Quillen, so that I can finish the Mikage fusion. But Solinar would be fantastic. So there's quite a few champions that I just think about off the top of my head. Law of attraction. Let's make it happen. Let's start pulling some shards. Like I said, I don't know where I'm at on mercy, but if we see gold, I'll be absolutely happy and excited. First one is a Steadfast Martial Rare Champion. Nothing really to write home about. And on the second one, we've got Sylvan the Paramour. Again, nothing really to be excited about. We will maybe dive into the epics that we get if they're decent, but definitely what we want is gold. We are looking for gold. So far, all we've been doing is paying rare tax with an interceptor right there. 50 tournament points, we'll take it nonetheless. I'm just happy that I'm in a position to pull champions. This is the first time I've had these many voids on my account right after we pull a Daywalker right there. Our first epic of the pool so far, and in the video that went live just before this one, you see me talking about finishing Skinwalker Faction Crypt, and I mentioned Gom Yellow Hand was absolutely crucial in doing exactly that. His A1 attacks one enemy twice, but the main thing is the A3 AoE stun ability that you can get down to a 3-turn cooldown when booked. He was genuinely a carry in my Skinwalker Faction Crypt right there. What's up, Gum? Now we have another one to put into our faction Guardians, and another epic. We'll take it. Ethlin the Golden, fantastic champion, literally one of my favorite epics in the game because of this A2 right here where he attacks all enemies twice with that block active skill. It's really dope. So far so good when it comes to the epics. When we see purple, it is fantastic, but we'll go back to the rares one last time with the Bloodhorn over there. If I'm not mistaken, Bloodhorn is needed for the Broadmoor fusion that you can do more than once right there. It is indeed a Bloodhorn, so we can save him up as well for more Broadmoor fusions for future champ chases. This is a Void epic, which is pretty cool. Let's get back to pulling some shards. So right there, we've got 4 more single pulls that we'll be doing, and then we'll do 2 10 pulls to finish it up. Painsmith over there, another rare champion. 3 more single pulls, and let's see, do we get lucky in the single pulls, or are we gonna see gold in the 10 pulls? Confessor over there, another rare champion. I think she's also a Mikage champion because I remember Siki was hunting for her for his last Mikage champion. Another Bloodhorn. We'll stock them up for Broadmoor fusions for the future. And we'll end off the single pools with a rare champion called Ox. All right, so we've got 20 left. How are we looking in the Champ Chase event? We've secured the first 5 frags in the event. So nothing absolutely crazy, nothing to write home about. That puts us on 85 frags out of 100. We just need 15. I would like to secure the last 10, and then I'll do Spider. Then it's a GG's right there. All right. 10 pulls incoming. Let's get it. Give me gold. Give me gold. Give me gold. Whenever it pauses ever so slightly, I think it's going to end up being gold, but then it doesn't, and you just brought back down to earth. Is this another rare tax? No, it is not. We got Deep Hook, Nagus right there from the Argonites faction. Looks like a similar ability to Calm Yellow Hand, AoE with the stun in there, 40% chance of placing a stun, and then a weaken as well. Nothing wrong. All right, guys, our last 10 pull of voids. I'm hoping we see gold. I just want to see some gold. The last Void Legendary I pulled was Angor. Like, come on. Let's vibe out. Let's take a step out of the portal here for a little bit, and let's just go and redeem some stuff here. What did that 10 pull take us to? It took us almost to 3,000 points. We are at 350 points away from the last or the second 5 frags. So hopefully there's something in here waiting to be cooked. Let's get it. I feel it. Got an epic there. Ostrox, Boneglaive, Painsmith, Glade Wolf, really good rare. Terix the Restless, Painkeeper, Scrapper. No legendary for us, guys. Not a single legendary on 2x rates in 34 Void Shards, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, we're not going to lurk and ponder on those thoughts right there. We are going to keep going. We secured the second 5 frags for Khamir, and we need 1,800 points to get the last 10 frags. So what I'm going to be doing is tapping into the Remnant Summons right here, as we can still get Void Epics in here as well, and we can get normal Epics and Mythical 2.5%. I will be perfectly fine with the lack of legendaries from the Void Shards if we're able to pull a Mythical right here. I'm pretty sure these do count for Champ Chase, right? I hope so. 2 Remnant Shards that we are about to pull. This means that there's been a total of 3 Remnant Shards pulled on this account after these 2. Let's go. Wish me luck right there. Oh! go! Wait! Wait! Night Queen Krixia! Let's go! Wait! Wait. Is this real? Is this real? Wait, this is crazy! What happened to my voice right there? Night Queen Krixia, guys. Wait a minute. Attacks one enemy twice. Each hit has a 50% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target for one turn. A2 places a 50% decreased resistance debuff and a block buffs debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Also decreases their turn meter by 20%. A3 attacks all enemies, removes all buffs from all enemies. Also increases their cooldowns of all enemy skills by 3 turns. And then it's got a passive, immune to stun debuffs. Increases this champion's accuracy by 1 for every 2 resistance they have. And then if ascended, gets an aura for resistance if all allies increase by 80. And as we metamorph right here and go to its alt form, Krixia then provides and attacks one enemy twice. Each hit has a 50% chance of decreasing the duration of all debuffs on a random ally by 1 turn. A2 attacks all enemies, places a block debuffs buff and a 50% increased resistance buff on all allies for 2 turns. Then fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. A3 removes all debuffs from all allies, then decreases the cooldown of all ally skills except herself by 3 turns. This skill's cooldown cannot be reduced or reset. That's like a Donnie on like the crazy Donatello. And then a passive here, immune to sleep, increases this champion's speed by 1 for every 10 resistance they have, stacks up to 50. Guys, Krixia is insane, right? Krixia is insane. Shout out to Dino. I don't know why, but Dino has been saying, when I pull a mythical, it's going to be Krixia. So shout out to Dino. Holy snapperoonies! Guys, we pulled a mythical, man. I'm sweating. This is kind of crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Where does that take us to in the event? If that's done, then we're done. It's not done. So we have to do one more Remnant Summon right there. I cannot believe we pulled a mythical from a Remnant Summon. The second ever Remnant Summon on our account was a mythical. Is it possible that we go 2 for 2 mythicals? There's no way, right? That's reaching. But I think now I forgive Raid and Plarium for the 34 voids that didn't have any gold because we got Crimson in our Remnant Summon. Let's go for another one. It is epic. It is Hilda, who is quite a decent epic right there, Dwarf faction, which is cool. Not our first Hilda on this account, so nothing wrong with that. How many points are we away from securing the last 5 fragments we need? We are 750 points away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fuse Kira the Watcher right here, just so that it is ready to get us some additional points as well. And this will also just take away some of the anxiety that I get from having these champions, because I often feel like if I have them, I might literally do something with them by accident, use them for food or just do something silly that takes them away. So Kira right there, let's fuse Kira the Watcher so that you are ready for Lady Mikage's fusion. That is absolutely fantastic. That means we are now 250 points. Wait, my math didn't math. Anyway, it is done. 5,000 points. It is done. I don't think the points updated at the bottom, but that's fine. We're not going to be going for the additional legendary book. That should take us to 95 out of 100 frags. And we've got energy and we've got gems. What does that mean? That means that we're no longer going to do any champ training. Well, I might do champ training, but I don't have to. So I might wait on the champ training unless it's Lydia and Krixia. I don't know. I'm so overwhelmed, guys. I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know. We finished the gear enhancement right here. We've got the 5 frags. We only secured 5 frags from the champ training, which is fine, saving energy. And then gear hunters. We might even do gear hunters. I don't know. But I'm probably just going to finish Spider. I'm probably just going to use some gems for energy and finish Spider right there. And that is that. Guys, that is our first mythical pull. So Embreeze is from Chimera, but that is our first mythical pull. And did I even check? Where's Krixia? Where's Krixia? Wait, where is she? Whoo! Night Queen Krixia! All right, guys, sorry. I'm just excited. I know it's just a game. I know it's just pixels at the end of the day. But for over a year, all I've been doing is playing this game every day. And it's just so cool. It is just so cool. It is Friday, guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much to Raid for sponsoring this video and for hooking us up with our own download link that you guys can find in the description down below. Using that link directly supports me and directly supports the channel. Happiness is a choice. Kindness is free. Welcome to my account, Night Queen Krixia. Leave your mark, yo. Peace out.